Stadium. I bet you haven't done that since your college days.
Well, you know, a lot of the fans were kidding me about suiting up today, and I can't pass the physical. I mean, that's the honest truth. And just getting up here was a chore, but what a great day for football. And what a great setting, this Goodman Stadium. It's going to be filled to capacity. Thousands still streaming in. I think it's just a great setting for a football game.
Well, they have sold better than 18,000 tickets for this game. Capacity is somewhere in the neighborhood of 17,000. Right now, about 11,000 in the stadium. You take a guess where the other 6,000 or so are. They're still in the parking lot enjoying themselves. Tremendous tailgate scene out there. And just about set for the kickoff. And a couple of interesting possibilities in this game. One is what will the status of wideout Richie Clark be, Kim? We're going to find out in a couple of moments. In practice this week, he was not at 100% because of a mild concussion, so we'll have to watch and see if Clark is available.
Exactly. Richie Clark has emerged as one of the key weapons in Lehigh's offense, and whether he suits up or not today is going to be a major factor in the game plans of both teams.
All right, you see Eric Terrain deep for Lehigh. He is their all-purpose back, one of the league leaders and one of the national leaders in all-purpose yardage. Also back, Lawrence Arrico.
Now, Rich, down on the field, we talked about momentum in this game. Lafayette is going to be kicking off into a very stiff wind, and if Lehigh can come out of this opening kickoff with good field position, I think that's going to be a great way to start this football game for Lehigh.
Jimmy Hodson to kick it off for Lafayette. Hodson, a very good kicker. Maybe the best in the Colonial League. Temperatures right now in the low 40s, but in the last half hour to an hour, the winds have really picked up, and it is nippy down on the field.
It's very nippy. I think once the game gets started, it won't be a factor for the players, but certainly the fans are going to feel it.
And this is the moment where the players are jumping up and down on the sideline. The adrenaline is probably in overdrive at this point, Kim.
Yeah, right now they want this game to be. They wanted this game started about an hour ago, I'm sure. In pregame warm-ups, we saw a lot of emotion, a lot of nervousness, and the players, some of them playing their last game of a four-year college career. I'm sure there's a lot going through their minds right now, and I think we're getting very close to that kickoff, Rich.
Crowd rises to its feet, and here we go. It will be taken by Lawrence Arrico. He had trouble on the handle, and the wind kind of knocked it down, and Arrico falls on the ball just over the 20-yard line. No run back. So now we get a look at Todd Bruner, Kim.
Well, and those numbers speak for themselves. Todd's had just a tremendous year, the 3,300 yards passing, of course, all those numbers, all-time Lehigh seasonal records. And the thing I like about Todd is he came out his senior year and earned every bit of it.
Todd Bruner, one of 10 finalists for the 1AA Player of the Year. An amazing story because they weren't even sure who the starting quarterback was going to be before the season started. Bruner will throw on first down, and it's incomplete. Trying to throw on the left sideline. Verano, the intended receiver. Bring up second down. You get a look. The bleachers were added, and now the Lehigh offensive front, it is a big one. However, they are missing probably their best offensive lineman, Keith Petzold. He went down with a knee injury in the Bucknell game. Good size up front. Jared Johnson is a postseason honors candidate, and the backfield. Costello will catch the ball quite a bit out of the backfield. And Richie Clark at wideout will get a look. He is not in the game right now. It's Ham split to the top of the screen. Pete Ham and Verano to the near side. Handoff is to Costello inside, and not much doing. Ganged up by the Leopard defense. And we've heard quite a bit about the deficiencies of the Lehigh defense. Lafayette, Kim, has had its share of problems defensively as well.
Third down and 8.
And a look at the Lafayette defensive front. Matt Sala, 3-year starter. Darrell Boych, probably their best player. And the defensive backfield is banged up and inexperienced. Bruner will try to exploit it. He is looking deep, eludes the rush. He'll keep now. Bruner to run, and he is stopped by Tim Monsiment.
But what an effort by Todd Bruner, the senior quarterback. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down, and by putting his head down on 3rd and 10, he got just enough for the first down. You know, we always said Todd's got a little bit of linebacker blood in him. And I think he displayed some of it on that play.
Prior to starting at quarterback, Todd played 3 years of special teams football. So it's a first down for the brown and white at the 34-yard line. Costello is the back along with Terrain, who gets the call. Terrain, and a flag is thrown after a pickup of about 3 to 4 yards. Dave Weaver was in on the stop for the Leopards. And a hold on Lehigh. They have been hurt by penalties this year.
Here you see the replay. It's just basically a straight dive play out of the I formation. Someone on the left side of that offensive line they caught holding. This is the kind of penalties that are drive killers. A first down hold penalty. It's going to leave Lehigh with 1st and 20. And Todd right now in the huddle, he's got to pick a play out that's going to get a chunk of that 20 yards back.
Just underway, a college football classic. Lehigh and Lafayette from Lehigh's home field at Goodman Stadium. First down, 20 for the brown and white. Ball at their own 24. Bruner throws plenty of time, lobs it up, and it's intercepted. He threw it up for grabs, and Dave Weaver picked it off. So Lafayette, Kim, they come up with what you thought they would like to, and that's a big turnover.
Yeah, Todd would like to have this football back. It's Lafayette back in a zone defense. Todd's got time, stepping up though, but I think you're right. He tried to make something happen, and he just threw into the teeth of that zone, and he's left Lafayette with terrific field position here early in the game.
And now it's Frank Bauer's turn. Hands to Costello. Costello slips up. Andy Costco is there. He'll get credit for the tackle. A loss of 3 on the play. Second down, 13. Lafayette operating off of the turnover at the Lehigh 43-yard line. No score, just underway. Costco, in his final game, his brother Mike played here at Lehigh and was an All-America. Todd Bruner's 18th interception, by the way, on the season. And Bauer hands to Costello. Costello, big running room. And Tom Costello, the fabulous sophomore, down to the 25-yard line. He will have plenty for a first down.
You know, good job that time by the Lafayette offensive line on the draw play out of the eye, but watch Costello's instincts. Look how he instinctively cuts outside to the hole. This young man emerged as the MVP of this game last year and is truly one of the great 1AA backs in the country.
18-yard pickup on the play. And Bruner again, or rather Bauer goes to Costello, and Costello hurdles for about 4 to 5 yards, down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Second down, 4, gain of 6 on the play. Lafayette keyed up. They have not beaten a very significant opponent this year. Wins coming over Fordham, Columbia, Kutztown, and Colgate, probably their best test. And Bauer, the consensus All-America last year, fumbles the snap, but is there to recover. And it will bring up third down.
And I think there's a great example of just what this ball game means to both teams. We saw the senior quarterback Bruner a little tight on the opening drive for Lehigh, and now we see a fumbled snap, something that shouldn't happen to the Lafayette offense.
We got to look at Frank Bauer's stats. Not as gaudy as Todd Bruner's, but he's had a solid year.
Big play here early in the game, 3rd and 5, Rich.
Bruner.
Screen.
Bauer, excuse me, and a screen. Is it a fumble? It is an incomplete pass.
Incomplete, they're going to call it.
An incomplete pass. And that'll bring up 4th down and 5 at the 21-yard line.
This is an interesting call on 3rd and 5. When you've got 3rd down, I like to get the ball downfield, so you're putting the ball up in the air and getting enough yardage on the initial reception for the first down. Lafayette chooses to go with a middle screen behind the line of scrimmage, so the ball carrier's really got to do some fancy running even just to get back to the line of scrimmage. In this case, Andy Costco is all over him, forces the incompletion, and we've got a fumbled snap.
And a fumbled snap as Hodson was preparing to kick a field goal, so Lehigh gets a break of its own. They will take over. And are they ever fired up?
Well, I'll tell you what, Todd Bruner and Lehigh just dodged a bullet by turning the ball over to Lafayette in good field position. Lehigh's defense has risen to the occasion, and Bruner's got the ball back now in good field position.
Mike Stout, the holder, never got it down. And now Todd Bruner comes out. Bruner rolling right. Looking, throws, and it is incomplete.
And we've got another flag down.
Another flag down. And Mark Reardon, the freshman, was there to deflect the pass.
And we've got another holding penalty against Lehigh. You know, Lehigh has had problems all season holding. I think they've been penalized some 30-odd times more than the opposition. And it's the kind of thing that really upsets coaches on the sidelines. And here again, first down penalties are drive killers.
Cold and breezy, but all in all, an ideal day for football. This is football weather. Players are definitely heated up. Bruner in the short sleeves. Brother Scott played in the NFL for the New York Giants. His father is a running back coach with the Minnesota Vikings, who are in Philadelphia tomorrow to face the Eagles. 1st and 20, Bruner throws. Scott Costello at about the 30, and he tumbles forward to the 34-yard line. Costello can catch the ball coming out of the backfield. 56 receptions this year for close to 500 yards. He averages 5 catches a game.
Well, I really like the first down call. It's 1st and 20. What you want to do is just get a piece of it back. That time they got about 7-8 yards, hitting Costello underneath the defense. So far, Lafayette is sitting back and mostly zone defenses choosing to not pressure Bruner.
2nd down and 12. Bruner to air it out again. He eludes the rush, gets it away to Cassell, who's up to the 43-yard line. And Cassell bangs away at the Lafayette secondary with that big 6'5" frame that has the NFL scouts very interested.
Well, Vance has had a terrific season, not only catching the ball, but blocking the ball. You know, I think Vance's numbers would have been more impressive if Lehigh wasn't playing catch-up a lot this season. They've had to go to 3 wideouts a great deal, which has kept him out of the ball game. But I look for Vance Cassell to be a key player in this game.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
And now Bruner on 3rd down and 4. Throws incomplete. No flags are down, and Lehigh will have to punt it away. Horace Ham, or Pete Ham, as they like to call him, was the intended receiver. Apparently Horace Ham has gotten the call on the first 2 series of this game. That leads me to believe that Richie Clark is not going to play.
Well, I think you're right, and we'll talk about that a little later. And I'd also like to talk about Todd Bruner on that play right after this punt.
Rob Verano, the great wideout, doubles as a punter and isn't a bad punter at that. And this one is a low line drive. And a run out of bounds at the 125 insignia is Charlie Roman.
I wanted to talk about Todd Bruner on that last 3rd down. What I liked there was Todd put the ball where nobody was going to get it other than a Lehigh player. And he avoided the big mistake on that play. Lafayette's playing very tight defense in the secondary. He wasn't giving Bruner a great deal on that last play. I think Todd, as a senior quarterback, made a good decision. He left his team in good field position.
Frankie Bauer is the quarterback. Bauer with a short drop. Now he goes back a couple of more steps. Zings it over the middle. And it's complete. And it's Dave Baird on the reception.
You know, we talked about Frank Bauer's statistics maybe not being as glamorous as Todd Bruner's. Frank Bauer's had to make an adjustment this year. He had the 2 great wideouts last year. He's had to go to more of a ball control type offense in the passing game, and his numbers are, I think, reflecting that. But he's still a very dangerous quarterback underneath that football.
Gain of 5 on that first down play brings up 2nd down and 5 at the Lafayette 30-yard line. Backs are split. Bauer looks, fires, nearly picked off by Tommy Clark. Tommy Clark has played well since stepping in for Benjamin Taylor. Also, Pete Zerbinski, another cornerback,
well, here you're going to
lost
see
for the season.
And, you know, the key is Ronald Horton right there, number 91, rushing the passer. He forced Bauer into the hurry-up, and that's the reason now they're in a 3rd down situation. And the sun is poking through right now.
And it is just a glorious afternoon for football. 3rd down and 5. And a whistle on the play.
Well, I think we've got Andy Costco, number 99, making contact with the Lafayette offense. Crucial penalty on 3rd down. Oops.
They got you, partner.
Excuse me. Evidently somebody moved, and Andy's a smart football player. Apparently Costco noticed movement in the offensive line, went over and made contact, forced a Lafayette penalty. Now instead of 3rd and 5, Lafayette's looking at 3rd and 10.
Ball at the 25-yard line. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to play, first period. No score. Lafayette with the football.
Here comes the blitz.
Bauer looking deep downfield. He's got a man, but it was thrown behind him. Incomplete. Dave Baird was the intended receiver.
You know, and right before that play, we saw the sun come out of the clouds. Dave Baird, the receiver, is looking right back into the sun. You wonder if that was a factor, because Frank Bauer makes a pretty good throw here, but you're not going to see Baird make any adjustment at all to the ball. And perhaps the sun was a factor there. Nevertheless, it's 4th down.
Good point, Kim. And Darrow Boych doubles as a linebacker punter, and he gets away. A fairly nice kick. Driving Eric Terrain back to the 36-yard line, where he will fall on it. And Lehigh will take over. So neither team able to generate any offense, which is a little bit of a surprise considering what everybody had expected coming in.
And I'll tell you what, if the Lafayette coaches were up in the press box observing Lehigh's punt rush that time, I think Lehigh is set up for a fake punt, and it ought to be something we ought to look for later in this game. No one at all pressured the punter on that play.
39-yard punt. Lehigh with a football at its own 36, 1st down 10. Costello and Terrain the backs. The give is to the E train, and Terrain runs over a tackler out to the 40-yard line. Art Biddle was in on the stop. As you look at the E train, the junior out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, played on the same high school football team as Notre Dame's Ricky Waters and did not carry the ball all that much in high school. The E train was the blocking back for Ricky Waters. But Lehigh found something in him, and it's paying off. Terrain dancing around the left side, and he fumbles the football. I believe Lehigh is recovered. Brian Hensel fell on the football for Lehigh, and they avert another turnover. Keith Grant was there on the stop for Lafayette, and Grant, according to head coach Bill Russo, is Lafayette's best athlete on defense.
Well, here we're going to see the gang tackling by Lafayette, forcing the fumble.
Walt Johnston, number 42, actually forced the turnover, or the near turnover.
Lucky Brian Hensel was there for Lehigh.
And a pass complete over the middle, and it's Rob Verano. Walt Johnston on the play, on the tackle.
Well, this is going to be very close to a 1st down, and that was a very typical, there's we see the graphic, Rob Verano reception. Verano only needing 4 catches to break the all-time Lehigh single-season record held by Rennie Ben. But, you know, Verano just loves to catch that ball across the middle, and you love that in a receiver. He's the kind of guy you can send in there underneath the linebackers. He's going to hold onto the football, and they're measuring right now. It's very close.
That's Lafayette coach Bill Russo. He was an assistant back in the 70s at Brown, and another guy who was an assistant coach on that staff, Hank Small.
Yeah, very interesting. I think we've got the 1st down, Rich.
It is a 1st down for the brown and white. Lehigh at its own 47. Costello and Terrain the backs. The E train with a football. Shuffles for a few yards out toward midfield. Art Biddle is in on the tackle. Here's another look.
Well, here you're going to see Terrain up the middle. And so far, Lafayette has been very tough up front, and they're just doing it with their front four. They're not stunning, not blitzing too much. At front four, the defensive line of Lafayette so far has been very unyielding.
Get a look at Eric Terrain's stats, 80 yards per game on the ground, but he can do it both ways. He is a threat catching the ball. And he is back behind Costello. Bruner rolling left, in trouble, fumbles the football. Who's got it? Lehigh falls on it. Somebody put grease on that football before the game, and again falling on it is Brian Hensel.
Well, you're going to see the semi-roll to Bruner's left. Looks like he's got good protection, but he steps up into the pocket and really, I think, stepped out of his protection that time.
Jimmy Hall was there to force the fumble.
Well, Hall came up quickly.
But Hensel in the right place at the right time. For the second time on this series. Third down, 14 now for the brown and white. Bruner will be sacked. He is brought down by Matt Sala. Matt Sala out of Holy Cross High School, Jamaica, New York.
Toronto back to 10.
So it's 4th down and 22 now, and the offenses are sputtering here in the first period. Toronto with a low end-over-end punt, and it will go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line, where the Leopards will have it. 1st down and 10. Surprised at the general ineffectiveness of both offenses?
Well, I really am. Everyone expected a lot of offense today. So far, it's been just the opposite. A real credit to how prepared these defenses were. There you see Bauer's stat. He's the 5th-rated passer in the Colonial League. But you're right, Rich. I think this is a big surprise so far. And both defenses are rising to the occasion early in this game.
That was a 35-yard punt. Frank Bauer from 40 Fort, Pennsylvania.
I think you're going to see Lafayette go back to Costello.
Well, Costello had the monster day last year and was the MVP as a freshman, one of only 2 freshmen to have ever won the MVP award in this game. The other, Jimmy Johnson, 1984, also played for Lafayette. And get a look at the Lafayette defense on the sideline, getting fired up, getting a breather as well. So Lafayette with it, 1st down and 10. Fake. And now Bauer looking down the field again, complete. So Bauer finally gets it going, and he had Dave Baird, who is Lafayette's deep threat.
Well, this was just a great throw by Bauer. You're going to see the fake toss, misdirection. He's going to come back, set up tall. And this is right down the seam of Lehigh's zone. They were fooled on the play-action pass, and there you see Baird hauling it in. Just a great throw by Bauer. He's got his team down there inside the 25-yard line.
There's Baird, and you got to look at Bauer's major league arm. Costello, maybe 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Down inside the 20-yard line. And this is Lafayette's second foray inside the 20 here in the first period. Came away empty-handed the first time. 4:25 to play. Costello needing 136 yards to become Lafayette's single-season rushing record holder. Bauer looking, firing, completing the pass. Down to the 14-yard line, and it's big Matt Winters, the tight end. 6'6", 235. Lee Piccirillo, one of a host of Lehigh defenders there to wrap him up. You get a look at Winters, another sizable tight end, equal in stature to his counterpart at Lehigh, Vance Cassell. And they'll go to Winters now and then. 35 receptions on the year. First down for the Leopards, and it's Costello off the right side. Touchdown Lafayette. Wide open hole for Tommy Costello. And Lafayette strikes first with 3:45 to go. A 13-yard run off the right side. And that is where Lafayette likes to run the football, behind their two big studs, Guy Lofstead and Dave Williams. Williams is being looked at by the NFL. He has the size, 6'5", 278 pounds. Hodson on for the extra point. And it is perfect. So the Leopards drive 65 yards in just 4 plays. It took 1 minute and 22. Tom Costello with a 13-yard run, and Lafayette has the early lead.
Well, here you're going to see the toss sweep. Costello's just got great instincts. Look at the cutback back into the end zone.
The investment planners at Lehigh Securities are recognized for their professional approach to helping clients meet their personal and business investment objectives. If you are interested in funding educational, retirement, or business programs, call our investment planners, and they'll give you a well-reasoned, personalized recommendation to help you get the results you want.
You'll appreciate the low-pressure bank brokerage environment at Lehigh Securities. Call us at 437-5543.
A gathering of family and friends should be full of warmth and good cheer. Beer Drinkers of America encourages everyone to have a good time and reminds them to party smart. Serve plenty of food and snacks and offer non-alcoholic beverages to your guests before they head for home. And don't let anyone try to drive home who shouldn't. Remember, everyone will have good memories when you party smart.
That's quite a sight. And this is almost the way it looked on the architect's drawing maybe 10 to 15 years ago. From the mountaintop campus. And just an idyllic setting for college football. Lehigh and Lafayette meeting 125. Rich Lerner along with Kim McQuilkin. And Lafayette set to kick off following that touchdown by Tom Costello. They lead 7-0.
Well, we saw that great shot of the stadium. Our Lafayette statistician, Fran Tone, has just pointed out to me that I think half of that parking lot in the left end zone is still filled up with fans.
The party is a large part of this game. And any great rivalry. Good kick by Hodson. And it's Eric Terrain from his own 10. Terrain stumbling out past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Todd Bruner consulting with head coach Hank Small.
And of course, the key play in that Lafayette drive, the big pass from Frank Bauer to Dave Baird. What Lehigh would like to do now is some of the same. I think they'd like to establish some consistency right now. I think Bruner needs to get some completions under his belt, and we need to see Eric Terrain getting downfield a little bit more with the football.
Costello Terrain backs in the eye. Verano top of the screen, split. Bruner to throw, and he's got Pete Ham on the right side. Ham takes a shot to the helmet, and I mean a shot right in the noggin. But Ham comes up fighting.
Well, and we've learned, Rich, that the reason Horace Ham is in the lineup is because Richie Clark is not going to play in this football game. He received a concussion last week. He practiced all this week. They expected him to play, but Thursday he became ill from the slight concussion, and they just held him out of this ball game.
And Terrain picking up the first down on a 2nd down 2, toss sweep right. Terrain has had a bad ankle in the past 3 weeks that has limited his playing time. Had a good week of practice, though. Return to the old form.
It's a toss sweep. Of course, Costello, there you see 34. He's always the one out in front throwing the key block. He did that time. We've got a 1st and 10.
Kevin Costello, good blocking back for Eric Terrain. Ham goes in motion. First down 10 from the 40-yard line. Bruner. Little jump pass and nothing doing. Late hit. They won't call that one. Incidental. So it'll bring up second down 10 for Todd Bruner and the brown and white of Lehigh, trailing 7-0 with 2:55 to play here in the first period. Kind of a calm atmosphere in the early going. Bruner, the quarterback. Backs are in the eye. Verano split wide to the right. Bruner looks, throws, and it is complete to Horace Ham. And Ham has got the first down into Lafayette territory to the 43-yard line. Ham's an interesting story. Played at Davidson last year, actually burned Lehigh for a long touchdown in last year's game. And he transferred to Lehigh when Davidson dropped down from Division I AA to Division III.
Well, Horace Ham just put a real pretty move on Walt Johnson, the Lafayette cornerback, on a little hook pattern. Actually had Johnson on the ground with the move. Good throw by Bruner.
Gain of 17 on the play, and now on the first down call, it's Eric Terrain for about 3 to 4 yards off of the right side. Todd Bruner from Cranberry, New Jersey, 6'1", 203 pounds. He's a senior. Waited 3 long years for this opportunity. And really hung in there, despite the doubts of many, many people. They just didn't feel he had the classic arm. Was it in the mold of a Jimmy Harris or a Mark McGowan? But he has really gotten the job done. Terrain in motion. Bruner with a short drop. Flag is thrown, complete to Verano over the middle. Verano takes a couple of hits and stays on his feet and dives forward with the 30-yard line. Boych and Norris in on the tackle. Let's see what the call is.
Well, I'm certain we're going to have another holding penalty, but once again, Verano across the middle. This is underneath the coverage. You see him catch the ball. He's going to take a lick. Still manages to fall forward. Nice reception, but it's going to be called back.
It is a hold against Lehigh.
You know, and that's 3 holding penalties already on Lehigh in the first quarter of this football game, and it's really hard to establish continuity in an offense when you've got those kind of penalties.
Brings it back just over midfield.
I'll tell you something else, though. It's a credit to the Lafayette defense. They must be pressuring with their front 4, and that's what's causing the penalties. Those Lehigh linemen are starting to grab.
And it'll bring up second down and 16 for the brown and white. Kevin Costello rumbling for big yardage. Down to the 34-yard line. Dave Weaver there to bring him down. So Lehigh gets a good chunk of that back. Minute to go here in the first period. Costello out of Dobbs Ferry, New York.
And, you know, not really a surprising call. Second and long. They go with the draw play. Just good execution. Look at that hole. Costello, the good quickness at the line of scrimmage, and now well downfield.
Third down 2 for the brown and white. And it's Terrain pushing and churning his way for a Lehigh first down.
Well, Rich, on that play, I think that's the first time that the Lehigh offensive line has really shown some surge on that 3rd and short. 1st and 10 now.
Ball is at the 31-yard line. Lehigh looking to even things up here in the first period. And now 15 seconds to play. Terrain slides and slips to the 27-yard line.
You know, so far Lafayette has been basically sitting back in a zone defense and not pressuring Bruner. One of their tendencies is, however, that once you get the ball inside the 30-yard line on them, they like to come and blitz. So down here, inside the 30, we may see Lafayette starting to put some pressure on the quarterback.
Well, it was a fast-paced first period. A couple of turnovers. And Lafayette has the only score of this football game. Tom Costello, a 13-yard TD run, but Lehigh is driving.
burger places give you as many choices as Arby's? Let's find out.
What'll it be? Big burger, baby burger, junior big burger, double burger, junior double.
What do you have besides burgers?
Fries?
No, I mean different from burgers.
Well, I think fries are different from burgers.
Want a real choice? Look what Arby's has for you.
Taste the Arby's difference with a giant roast beef sandwich. Slow roasted roast beef piled high in a sesame seed bun. Stop by Arby's today and taste the Arby's difference.
Presenting an absolutely priceless offer from your Jeep and Eagle dealer. A grand cash back on Jeep Cherokees. Up to $2 grand on Eagle Premiers. Plus, save on other vehicles. However, power has its price. So see your Jeep and Eagle dealer before this priceless offer ends.
See your Key States Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Now back to Goodman Stadium. Let's go down to Craig Smith on the Lafayette sideline.
I'm here on the sideline with Phil Ing, Lafayette's all-time leading receiver. Phil, what's it like being on the sideline as opposed to being on the field in last year's game where you had 2 touchdowns?
Well, it's a little bit different. It's great to be still involved in the game and everything, being able to coach some of my ex-teammates. It's not just the same as being on the field and actually playing.
Okay, back upstairs.
Phil now works with the Lafayette football team on the sideline. Still taking in some courses at Lafayette. California product. Was a great wide receiver. And they give us to Costello. Good running room. Costello down to the 24-yard line. Just underway in the second period. Rich Lerner along with Kim McQuilkin and Craig Smith down on the sidelines. Craig Smith, formerly the sports information director at Lafayette College, now is with the United States Golf Association.
Big play here.
Third down three. Third down 3 for the brown and white. Backs in the eye. Bruner looking to throw. Does so, complete to Pete Ham. First down for the brown and white. And Ham becoming a major factor in the Lehigh offense with Richie Clark sidelined with a concussion, which he sustained in the Holy Cross game last week.
Here we're going to see it on the replay. Bruner, who throws so well, running to his left, unusual for a right-hander. And Ham's got man-to-man coverage, but Bruner hangs in there with him. Good clutch reception for Ham early in this ball game.
And now Eric Terrain goes in motion, leaving Costello as the lone back. Verano split wide left. Bruner to throw. He's looking for the end zone, overthrown. Incomplete on a first down try from the 20-yard line.
And a little bit of contact that time in the secondary, but there's no flags. Verano trying to split that defense down the middle.
Walt Johnston was there.
Here we're going to see it straight back in the pocket. Just a 3-step drop. Bruner lets it go. There you see the bump. Could have been a call. Could have been a call, Rich. 42 for Lafayette, of course, Walt Johnson, the culprit.
And it brings up second down 10. Bruner looking, a great grab. Oh, what a catch by Vance Cassell. He has made some sensational catches in the last 2 years. The one I recall against Columbia last year. He has got superb, soft hands for a big man.
And this catch very similar to that catch last year against Columbia. It's a crossing pattern underneath the linebackers, and look at this juggling act. That's just great concentration.
Woo! Gain of 9 for Vance Cassell out of Rye, New York.
And you know, you can't fault the coverage. Good coverage by Lafayette. They've got 2 linebackers on him.
Third down and 1. Terrain in motion. Handoff, Costello. He's got the first down and maybe more. A touchdown, Lehigh. Kevin Costello. And the brown and white right back in it. The second period with a very nice touchdown drive. Kevin Costello taking it in. Eric Bird, the Birdman from Castleberry, Florida, on for the extra point. It is up and it is good. A 13-play, 77-yard drive, 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Kevin Costello with his 5th touchdown of the season. Pretty run by the junior. We're tied at 7.
Let's go get Yakko. Know it's always been the best. Let's go get Yakko for quality that beats the rest. They got cheesesteaks, French fries. The famous Yakko hot dog is known worldwide. Let's go get Yakko. The secret sauce is one of a kind.
Yakko's, an Allentown tradition.
One man saw the future in the glow of a single incandescent bulb.
You will see for yourself how it works.
Our Heat Pump Plus storage system heats in winter, cools in summer, both in one system. It's the most advanced technology available. With Heat Pump Plus, the whole family's comfortable. It's clean, safe, and we get a 40% lower electric rate. I'm saving a fortune.
Electricity, still the power to change the future.
For information, dial PP&L.
Well, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, late November, Lehigh and Lafayette are meeting for the 125th time. And early on, it's an excellent football game. 7-7 with 13:26 to go in the first half. Another look at that TD run.
Well, you know, Kevin Costello's speed is so deceiving. He's a short, fullback type looking football player, but he's got the quickness to go outside and the athletic ability, as we see right there, to stay in bounds. A super run. That play was designed to get the first down, and Costello turned it into a touchdown.
Well, Costello's getting 35 yards a game on the ground, but 50 yards a game receiving. Very valuable, versatile running back. Eric Bird set to kick off. The crowd is in this game. Pretty good kick by the Birdman. Mishandled by Roman. He'll down it in the end zone. A good Lehigh bounce. Take a look at the Lafayette offense. And Lofstead and Williams on the right side, the anchor men in this offensive front. They will run consistently behind those two guys. Richie Rizzo doesn't see the ball too much. Barrett is the deep threat, and Grau is the possession receiver. Matt Winters, the big tight end. First down 10 for the Leopards. Ball at the Lafayette 20-yard line. And Grau comes in motion. Bauer fires complete to Costello. A little pass play on first down. Costello picks up 7 yards. Second down 3. Costello is a threat, receiving the ball out of the backfield. 20 catches for 172 yards this year, make it 21 catches. And Costello has 1 receiving touchdown and averages close to 20 yards per game receiving. Backs in the eye. It's Costello. Big hole. Fumble the football. And Lafayette is on it. He was stripped, but Lou Velazzi was there for Lafayette to make the recovery. So the ball has been loose in the early going.
Well, deep out of the eye, Costello, just a straight hitter. And you're going to see him strip. I think that's Rick Repack that time. Number 64 for the Lehigh defense, and there's a lot of that going on, a lot of arm tackling, a lot of stripping of the ball early in this game, and that's why we've seen the turnovers. That's 4 fumbles now so far in this game, Rich.
First down 10. Costello off the left side. He's got room, looking to get outside. Finally driven out of bounds by Lee Piccirillo.
And that time a great block by Rich Russo, number 34, the fullback for Lafayette, enabled Costello to turn the corner. Watch Russo out in front. He's going to seal off. Number 84, Tommy Hydro, a good outside linebacker, gets to his feet. You don't want to let that happen if you're playing the linebacker position. That got Costello outside. They've got a 2nd and 1.
Well, 2nd and 1, so on that fumbled ball, Lafayette actually did pick up a first down. And it's now 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard gain by Costello. Here's Costello again. He's got the first down and a little bit more. Out to the 45-yard line. Gary Carnish made the tackle. Carnish, the senior from nearby Lansford, Pennsylvania, played his football at Panther Valley High School. Lafayette leading this series. There's Costello on the sideline on a 1st down 10. Ball at the Lafayette 45. Fake. Little dump. And it is Costello. Not much doing on the left side.
Well, Lafayette's trying to find a lot of ways to get the football in the hands of Tom Costello. Not a bad idea, but here again, they're giving him the ball behind the line of scrimmage. That time, Lehigh was in the perfect defense. They were playing a double zone, which means they're short and deep on both sides of the football field, so they had a short man and a deep man on that side that time. A lot of help from the inside and really shut down Lafayette's offense on that play.
You get a look at the Goodman Stadium, pretty much filled to capacity right now. I'm going to take a peek outside, and the parking lot is still fairly jammed with party goers, tailgaters. This facility debuted last year. Murray H. Goodman, a real estate magnate.
There was a penalty on that play, Rich, so we've got a 1st and 5 now.
And Grau comes in motion. Handoff is to Rizzo, his first carry of the game. Down to about the 47-yard line. Second down 2 for the Leopards. That's Tim Monseman. He's a Freedom High School product, nearby Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And a good defensive play. Costello is met head-on by Rick Repack. Rick Repack out of Western Pennsylvania, Ford City, 6'2", 226-pound sophomore, and Hank Small really likes his future.
Well, he's concerned about this play right here. It's 3rd and short. You know, we've had a lot of 3rd and shorts already in this ball game. And this is a key play early in the game.
3rd down 1 at the 46.
Reverse.
It's a reverse.
He's going to throw it. That's a touchdown.
It downfield. Wide open. It's Grau for a touchdown. 45 yards. Dave Baird with a touchdown pass. Nice surprise there for Lafayette, and a shock if you're Lehigh. Dave Baird, one wide receiver, throwing to the other wide receiver, Mike Grau, for a 45-yard touchdown coming off of a reverse. Jim Hodson adds the extra point, and Lafayette, in stunning fashion, has grabbed a 14-7 lead here in the 2nd period.
And what a great call by Bill Russo. 3rd and 2. They go with the reverse, then they throw off the reverse, pulling everything out in this game. Here you're going to see it. Lehigh's defense stacked up in a short yardage situation. Here comes Grau. Look at Grau sell that play. He tucked it under like he was going to run. Excuse me, that's not Grau.
Baird, Dave Baird.
That's Baird doing the acting job. He's throwing to Grau, and Grau has fooled everybody in the Lehigh secondary. The only question here was he going to run out of bounds? Nice call by Lafayette.
Well, Bill Russo is definitely not afraid to mix it up. It's been his history. 8-play drive, 80 yards. And it covered 2 minutes and 50 seconds. A lightning bolt, though, has given Lafayette a 14-7 lead. And now the game beginning to open up somewhat. Started a bit slowly, but now here in the second period, we have seen some scoring.
Well, you know, Rich, I think we saw a display of nerves early in the first quarter, but after viewing a play like that, I don't think the coaches are nervous. That kind of call you don't make when you're concerned. And certainly the execution by the players that time, the ball handling, the flea flicker, this is settling into a very interesting offensive game.
So Jim Hodson, amidst his very friendly teammates right there holding hands, will boot it away. Back deep, Lawrence Tirico, number 32. And on the near side, bottom of your screen, it's Eric Terrain. .7 favor of the Leopards. Crowd into this football game. High. Taken at the 15 by Arico, and he slips. 22-yard line. Lehigh will have it first down and 10. So now Todd Bruner will have to answer with his team down by a touchdown. 10:32 to play here in the first half. Rich Lerner along with Kim McQuilkin. WFMZ TV proud to be bringing you the 125th meeting between these two great institutions. Pete Ham in motion. Bruner can't handle the snap, but Terrain handles the pitch back and makes a little something out of what could have been a busted play. Takes it out to the 25-yard line. Second down and 7 coming up with a brown and white. Is split wide to the right. Terrain slot left with Verano split to the near side. Bruner, little dump over the middle. Costello has it. Kevin Costello, the Bull, has the first down at the 35-yard line. And Lehigh moving the chains.
Well, that time Lafayette in a double coverage zone defense. The place to go with the football is down the middle, either to your tight end or your back out of the backfield. That time Bruner, good execution, picking out the right receiver, and that moves the chains for Lehigh.
Bill Russo looking on. Standout career at Lafayette. Bruner looks in the grasp. They don't have that rule here. Nearly picked off. Mark Reardon. Now he says he should have had it. Right in his belly button. Reardon getting the call today in favor of Kyle Mabus from nearby Bangor High School.
But really the key on this play for Lafayette was 58, Rob Green. He was the fellow rushing the passer. He actually had Bruner wrapped up. Todd made a poor choice throwing into coverage and really dodged a bullet that time.
Second down 10. Bruner with all day to throw, and it is complete to Vance Cassell. Cassell has got the first down by a couple of inches. 12-yard pickup on the play. Cassell had not been featured all that much in the last 3 weeks in the Lehigh offense. Talking to a couple of people before the game, they felt on the Lehigh side that they needed to bring him back into the offense.
Well, one of the reasons he hasn't been in the offense is Lehigh has given up so many points, and once you're behind in a ball game, Hank Small elects to go with the 3 wide receivers, and that has taken a valuable weapon, Cassell, out of the offense.
Well, Eric Terrain goes in motion. First down for the brown and white. Bruner throwing again, and it's Verano to the 39 inside Lafayette territory.
Well, you know, Lafayette playing pretty good defense, but when Lehigh executes like this, it's pretty hard to stop. That was right out of the playbook. Here you're going to see it, the fake dive. Bruner's going to hit to his left. Verano, the split in on the quick post. the ball is right on the numbers, and you got a guy like Verano who catches the ball across the middle as well as he does. That's pretty good execution. Pretty tough to stop.
First down again for the brown and white at the Lafayette 40, Terrain in motion. They give to Costello around the left side. About 4 yards on the play. Second down coming up. 8:22 to play. Lafayette leading Lehigh 14-7. Brown and white trying to secure its second straight 6-5 season, while the Leopards, coming off of the brilliant season, the Colonial League Championship, a 9-2 record, are just struggling for respectability. It has not gone the way they had hoped this year. They are 4-5.
You know, we can talk a little bit more about that, Rich, but I think what really took the sails out of Lafayette this year was that tough loss early in the season at Holy Cross.
Absolutely. Bruner, great protection, gets rid of it to Costello. He can't handle it. Third down coming up, and 6. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Rich, I was talking to Todd Bruner in the pregame warm-up, and he wasn't sure what Lafayette was going to do on defense, but he thought they might sit back in sort of a prevent coverage type of defense, and so far that's what he's done. My remark to him was, well, I guess you're going to have to take what they give you underneath, and that's exactly what he's been doing. He's been going to Costello and Vance Cassell early in this game.
Get a look at Darrell Boych. He's the anchor on the Lafayette defense. Bruner now out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Lobs it incomplete. Good coverage by Lafayette. Dwayne Norris is there.
And just excellent coverage because Bruner had the time. And there you see all over him. That's just excellent coverage that time.
That was good coverage by Keith Grant.
Yeah, the linebacker. And now we've got a 4th down. And, you know, this is a tough situation to have to call a punt by Hank Small. They're on the Lafayette 37-yard line. You don't suppose they'd fake it down here, do you?
Verano averaging 34 yards a punt this season. And they do fake it. They are not going to get it. They will not get it. That was John Massonis trying to run for the first down. He did not come close. They did not fool Lafayette.
Well, I guess if I can figure it out up here, Bill Russo was probably way ahead of me.
Good gamble, though.
I think an excellent gamble. You don't lose much at all. You might kick the ball inside the 20, but you're still giving the ball up back in Lafayette territory. Not a bad choice.
First down give to Rizzo. Room on the left side for Rich Rizzo. And he runs over Mike Walsh. Flag is down, however. Well back at the 34-yard line.
Well, you're right. Mike Walsh making the tackle the hard way that time. Rizzo, really a bull out of that backfield, but you're right, Lafayette's got an infraction. It's going to bring it back, and now Bill Russo gets a taste of a drive killer, that first down penalty. Holding.
Place is jammed today. Biggest crowd in Goodman history. And let's throw it now to Craig Smith.
Okay, we're here in the sidelines with Mrs. Barbara Bruner and Todd's brother Scott. Barbara, what's it like with 5 sons in the family trying to be 6 places at once?
Makes it very difficult. We usually go to the home games, and whoever plays away, we can't support.
And Scott, what kind of wisdom can you give Todd before games? Does he look to you for advice?
Well, I just tell him to get down quick when he sees a linebacker, and you know he's a tough kid. If you see a number 30, you can put your head down and go over him. Number 58, you want to use that hook slide.
Get out of the way. Back up top.
All right, thank you very much, Craig. The Bruner family in attendance. Thought there'd be a chance that that their father would be here today, considering the fact that the Vikings are in town. But Mike Lynn is not one of the most extravagant general managers in football, and he's flying him in today, later in the day.
And John Bruner, Todd's father, of course, longtime football great. I think we've talked in previous weeks. He actually recruited me when I was in high school. I remember him as a coach at Villanova years ago.
Well, on the penalty, A second penalty on this drive against Lafayette. It's first down and 30. Handoff Costello, trying to get just a small part of it back.
Now, Frank Bauer's got a tough assignment here. He's had 2 penalties in a row on this drive. He's got second in like forever, second and 27. He wants to try to get a chunk of it back on second and third down, but he doesn't want to make the big mistake. He's got to avoid the turnover back here. His team's leading 14-7. He wants to go into halftime with the lead, so he wants to try to get a piece of that first down back on second down, but not make the mistake.
Second and 27 at the 19-yard line. Bauer unloading down the field, and he's got his man. Oh, my. Frank Bauer unloading and showing you that NFL arm. And it was Dave Baird once again, the big play man.
Well, I think I said get a chunk. I wasn't talking about 60 or 70 yards when I mentioned that. Here you're going to see the play action to Costello out of the eye. He's got all day to throw the ball, and that's the key to this play. But, you know, a good call because he throws this ball downfield, and the only person that's going to get it is a Lafayette player. It's either that or a long incompletion. Real good call. I like the play selection.
Turns out to be a great catch as well by Baird. He bobbled it, then held on.
63 yards.
And here's a fake by the Leopards. It's Grau running down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So very, very quickly, Lafayette, after 2 penalties, pinned deep in its own territory, finds itself very close to the goal line once again, ready to tack on some more.
And how about Bill Russo's play calling? We go for the bomb on second and 27. He gets the first down inside the 20, comes right back with the reverse. Almost a first down. They've got the chains out there. Right now it's going to be a little short. If I'm sitting on the Lehigh defense, I've got to wonder, what's this guy going to call next?
Russo's a very smart man. Considered going to law school at one point, but opted for the more secure profession of coaching. He was the 1AA Coach of the Year last year. Some wonder in the Lafayette community just how long they can hang on to Bill Russo. And Lafayette can put points on the board. So it's second down and 1. Costello has the first down and a touchdown. Tom Costello. He did a little hop, skip, and a jump. And he got into the end zone, an 8-yard run, his second TD run of the game. And Lafayette is opening it up, now leading 20-7. 3 lightning bolt plays. Russo with a wry smile. Some clever play calling has given Lafayette a
like they missed it.
20-7 lead because Jim Hodgson, normally reliable, has missed the extra point.
And, you know, as happy as he was, you saw that look on Bill Russo's face there on the sidelines. He's not happy with that missed extra point. He knows Lehigh has a lot more offense left in this game, and those kind of things come back to haunt you. Here we're going to see Costello. This is the toss sweep to the tight end side, really into the weak side of the football field. And look at the athletic ability here. Just a lot of individual effort. He got a good block by his tight end at the corner to seal it off, but just great individual effort to get Costello into the end zone.
Well, only the second miss by Jim Hodgson, 29 of 31 on extra points this year. Costello with his second touchdown has given Lafayette a 20-7 lead.
My brother used to laugh at me for keeping my money in a bank account. The market's where the money is, the market. Then came October 19th.
No question, CDs are great. Question is, how long do you want to tie up your money? Or, more to the point, how long can you tie it up?
Becker Subaru proudly presents this year's All-Star Backfield. At quarterback, the sure-footed, quick-accelerating all-wheel drive Legacy LS sedan. At tailback, the swift, sleek, responsive front-wheel drive XT Coupe. At fullback, the the dependable, rugged, all-wheel drive Legacy station wagon. At halfback, the nimble, stop-and-go, on-the-fly Justy.
For quality products and professional care, visit Becker Subaru. We won't drop the ball.
Becker Subaru, the All-Stars.
Come on now, let's get it, Gravy.
Well, Tom Costello is running wild for the second straight year in the Lehigh Lafayette game. Last year, 216 yards in the 52-45 Leopard win. And the MVP trophy as well. This year, he has got 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Lafayette leading it 20-7, 5:49 to play here in the first half. Rich Luter along with Kim McQuilkin and Craig Smith. Sellout crowd, standing room only. Better than 18,000 on hand.
Well, Rich, you know, there's 5:49 left in the first half of this football game. Lafayette's got the 20-7 lead. Lehigh receiving this kickoff. What they'd like to do is get down and get something on the board going into halftime.
Hodson to kick it away. Lawrence Arico looking for room out on the left side and gives Lehigh decent field position at the 30-yard line. Important drive for Lehigh, Kim?
Well, I think it's critical that Lehigh get a few more points on the board before halftime, even if it's a field goal, because you don't want to go down into halftime 2 touchdowns against this potent Lafayette attack.
Hank Small, the Lehigh head coach. Got a diverse and rather brilliant offensive mind. Eric Terrain in motion. Bruner looking, and it is complete to Eric Terrain. He goes to his knees to make a nice grab to the 35-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down 5 at the Lehigh 35-yard line.
And Lafayette continues to lay back in its double zone, double covering the wide outs, not pressuring Bruner with the blitz. So far, that's been effective for them.
And now Terrain goes in motion. Verano to the near side. Costello is the lone back right now. And the give is to Kevin Costello. Costello burrowing his way for a few yards off the right side. He'll be short of a first down by about a yard. 4:48 to go. First half. Brown and White down by 13.
Well, actually, now they're going to indicate it was a first down. 4:43 left in the half. You might look for Lehigh somewhere soon to go to the no-huddle offense. Hank Small indicated it was prepared for this game. He wasn't sure if they were going to use it.
Well, now a whistle. Stopping the clock with 4:26 to play in the first half.
And we've got a procedure call against Lehigh. Now we're going to have to total up the penalties at halftime, but I think probably of most concern right now, and Fran tells me we've got 5 penalties for 40 yards versus Lehigh. I'm sure that's going to be on Hank Small's mind as he goes in the locker room at halftime. The penalties have really hurt Lehigh's offense.
So that'll make it first down and 15 at the 35-yard line. Pete Ham to the near side and now goes in motion. Costello and Terrain the backs. It's Terrain. Pitch left. Terrain, good running room, and finally loses his footing at the 44-yard line. It's a good piece of it back. That'll bring up second down, and we will call it 6 yards for a first down at the 44-yard line. And Terrain appears to be 100% for the first time in about a month. And started this season very, very quickly, and then slowed because of the sore ankle. And now it's Verano, split to the near side. Ham, top of your screen, and now Terrain comes in motion. Bruner throws, complete to Verano. To midfield. And He has the first down.
Now, Todd Bruner's being a very patient quarterback. He's having to take the underneath stuff, which is what Lafayette's giving him almost on every play. Lafayette either has 2 or 3 deep defensive backs in the secondary sitting back in zone. So you've got to take the underneath receivers. That's what he's been doing very patiently. Unfortunately, the penalties have hurt.
Right at midfield with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Lehigh needing a score. Good running by Terrain, fumbles it out of bounds. A little jitterbug out on the left side, and well, he got another Lehigh first down.
And there's Costello out in front as usual. And you're going to see the block gets him some more yardage. Luckily, that ball's fumbled out of bounds for Lehigh.
Terrain with an 11-yard pickup gives Lehigh another first down and 10 at the Lafayette 39. 2:56 to play first half. Lafayette leading 20-7. And now a Rico in the game, goes in motion. Fake to Costello, throw over the middle to Rob Verano. And that is a record.
Well, that's a milestone for Rob Verano, and he had to do it with a lot of concentration. I'll tell you, number 10, Dwayne Norris, for Lafayette, saw this play develop, was coming up for the hit. Here you're going to see it, the fake dive. Bruner's going to set up, put the ball right in the numbers, the quick post. There's Norris just flying by. Verano's got the great concentration, holding on to the ball downfield. Great record for Rob Verano.
Well, he breaks Rennie Ben's record. Lehigh's had so many great receivers. Just off the top, Steve Kreider played many years for the Cincinnati Bengals in the NFL. And right now, Lehigh with a first down and 10 at the Lafayette 26, 2:27 to play. They trail Lafayette 20-7.
Let Key Pontiac put you behind the wheel to driving excitement. Test ride the essence of Pontiac excitement, the Grand Prix, now in a brand new 4-door version. One look at the cargo area and you'll know why our transport minivan is called the space vehicle for the 90s. Enjoy the comfort of Bonneville, the full-size sedan that's set apart from the rest. Come test drive the Pontiac of your choice and feel the excitement. Pontiac builds excitement. Visit 5-star service dealer Key Pontiac Nissan, routes 512 and 22 in Bethlehem.
Hey, Flyers fans, McDonald's wants you to start your season off right. Right now, McDonald's is your ticket to a season full of hot tips on where and when you can check the Flyers out. For a limited time, come in and pick up your official Flyers calendar worth $8 for only $2.49 plus tax. What a save! This sports calendar and schedule is filled with full-color action photos of your favorite players. Score big with over $100 worth of savings in McDonald's and local family entertainment coupons. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime shot.
Don't do that.
Back to action. Lawrence Arico takes it down to the 17-yard line. Gain of 9, and it's second down and 1. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Lehigh trying to draw closer. They trail at 20-7. Terrain now running off the left side. He has the first down.
You know, of course, at this point in the half, with 1:50 remaining, Lehigh's gotten itself down into touchdown territory. Here you're going to see Terrain. There's Costello leading the way. He's going to bounce it off the left tackle, pick up a few yards. But when this drive started, I'm sure Lehigh was thinking minimum field goal. Now you know Hank Small wants the touchdown.
There's the E-Train. He's having a solid game. Ball at the 14, and it is the E-Train. Gets out of bounds. At about the 10-yard line. He looks spunky today. Looks like a fresh colt out there. That's the look he had through the first 6 games or so.
Well, you know, that's his best play, the toss sweep, where you get Eric the ball deep in the backfield, let him read the defense, a lot like Tom Costello for Lafayette in that regard. Plays off his blockers well. That time to the short side of the field, picked up a good 5-6 yards on first down.
Second down and 6. Ball at the Lafayette 10. Bruner rolling right. He's got Costello, but he throws it low and in the ground, and Bruner is upset with himself. He had him.
Well, Todd would like this football back. He had Tom Cunningham, the big guard, out in front with plenty of protection that time. He just pulled the string on the ball, and he's left himself with a 3rd and 5.
Minute 27 to play in the first half. Lehigh with a football at the Lafayette 10, trailing by 13. Costello, lone back.
It's the trick play. It's the guard.
Brian Hensel. Touchdown. What happened there?
Brian Hensel on the old guard around play.
What a play.
They like to use this. They've been looking for an opportunity to use this play all season inside the 10-yard line. I thought they might go for it.
Do you love the play calling among these coaches?
This is a great call. I'll tell you what happens here. The center snaps the ball on the ground, just lays it down. The backfield fakes an end sweep. Brian Hensel, the guard, picks the ball up and runs around left end for a touchdown. There you see him, number 59.
The fans in the stadium are looking for a replay.
It's the kind of play you actually alert the referees to prior to the game.
They're looking for Fanavision. That's one thing Goodman Stadium does not have yet. Extra point by Eric Bird is good. Here it is.
All right, Brian Hensel's the right guard. Watch the center just put the ball on the ground. Now we're not even going to see it. Our cameraman's fooled by Todd Bruner. The center just lays the ball on the ground behind him, never snaps it to Bruner. Hensel, like a pulling guard, pulls around behind his center, picks up the ball on the way. And as you can see, that's got to be the thrill of his career. The starting strong guard gets in the end zone for a touchdown against Lafayette.
Needless to say, that is Brian Hensel's first rushing touchdown of his career.
Could be just the beginning of something different in Brian's career.
The scouts were in here not only looking at Bauer, but Dallas Cowboys in need of a running back. They're looking at Brian Hensel. He's got great speed. He runs a 40 and 5.5.
Phil's not too happy about that call. Of course, it's the same kind of call he was calling against Lehigh earlier in this game.
They have a name for that play, Kim?
The Ruski.
The Fumble-Rooski?
Fumble-Rooski.
What a play. The Fumble-Rooski has given Lehigh 7 points, and they're back in it. And this place is jumping right now, 20-14. Great football game. All you could want. The Birdman kicks it away. And inbounds is the Lafayette return man, but Lehigh is fired up. Not much doing for Roman on the return. 11 play, 70-yard drive, 4 minutes and 28 seconds.
These guys are saying, I told the coach to watch out for the Fumble-Rooski.
Frank Bauer, with that cannon of an arm, has a minute and 16 to work with. Hands to Costello straight away. Big room for Costello up toward the 40-yard line. Costello is heading towards another huge afternoon.
Well, Costello's a great football player, but you're right. Here we're going to see Costello deep out of the eye. He just likes to read it, but look at the hole. Nice surge by the Lafayette offensive line. But Frank Bauer's the key here. 1 minute left in the half.
And here's Costello again on a similar play, this time getting out toward midfield.
You know, interesting, patient play calling by Bill Russo. He knows he's got the big gun, Frank Bauer, back there. We're down to 42 seconds. He'd like to get on the board. His patience is leading him to Costello, and they're getting big yardage on the ground, but I still look for them to go up top soon.
Again, it's Costello, but this time he is met by Tom Hydra. Good play by the senior.
All I'll tell you, that may be one too many times going to the well, because we're down to 25 seconds now. That running play just cost him about 20 seconds, and I think that was the time to put the ball up in the air, because Lafayette now on second down is only going to have 25 seconds left to try to go 50 yards and get this ball in the end zone. There we see Tommy Hydro, senior outside linebackers, had a steady season, one of the bright spots in the Lehigh defense this year.
At a Marion High School, Coaldale, Pennsylvania. Again, another player who waited for 3 years, played special teams before getting a start. They are measuring right now. Jim Hodson's longest field goal is 46 yards. Obviously, they'll need probably one solid pass play from Bauer to get into field goal range. And the measurement.
I'm not so sure. The Lafayette player indicated first down. I didn't necessarily see the referees agree with him. It looks like they are moving the chains forward, though. First down for Lafayette, but with only 25 seconds left, you can be sure Lehigh is going to be back in its prevent defense. Talk about taking the gloves off.
During that measurement, Bauer had an opportunity to run over to the sideline and consult with Bill Russo, see what they have come up with. First down 10. Lafayette with the football at its own 48, just 25 seconds to go, and they lead Lehigh in a great ball game, 20-14. Fake to Costello. Bauer looking down the field, and it is incomplete. Tommy Clark broke it up.
Well, you know, I was really surprised, too, because Lehigh was not in a prevent defense. Tommy Clark's out there on an island all by himself trying to cover the Lafayette receiver, and we saw that big arm of Bowers made it exciting on that play. Only 18 seconds. Here you're going to see it. He's got great position, though. Look at the position by Clark.
John Carter, the intended receiver. He's a backup split end. And Clark did a nice job defensing the long bomb. 18 seconds left. Second down, 10. Grau comes in motion. Fake to Costello again. Bauer looking, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by the Lehigh defensive secondary. 12 seconds left. Third down and 10 for the Leopards. The intended receiver was Dave Baird.
Well, and Sean Harker, a new face back there in the Lehigh secondary, number 15, helping out at the safety position, gave Clark some help that time. Now we've just got 12 seconds left, and it's third and 10 for Lafayette. This is a tough call coming into the second half, coming into the end of the first half.
Bauer again. This time, Rizzo, and he can't hang on. Incomplete. Fourth down. Just 6 seconds to go. Time for one Hail Mary.
Well, you're right, and I think that Bill Russo would take back one play, and that was the third rush in a row to the tailback Costello. It's the play where they actually had a yard loss and ate up about 20 seconds of this clock. He's faced with a decision here on fourth down. I think you're right. I think they're going to bring in the Hail Mary crew, and Bauer out of the shotgun may just try to air this up. Lafayette's confused.
Carter now running to the top of your screen. That'll be a motion penalty. Pass is complete to Rizzo. Time is expired. Let's see what the call is.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a motion penalty on Lafayette that'll be declined by Lehigh and end the half. Not a well-designed play by Lafayette. There we see the signal.
And that'll do it.
We're going to go into halftime.
Players are heading for the locker room. A very entertaining first half of play. A couple of Tommy Costello touchdown runs. A reverse and a Dave Baird long bomb. And a fumble Ruski. What more could you want? And Lehigh is trailing 20-14 at the half. Good football game, Kim.
Well, it was a great football game. We saw some nervousness early in the first quarter, and we saw both offenses lacking a little bit of continuity early in the game, but they pulled it together with the exception of the Lehigh penalties. We've seen both offenses get it in gear for this first half, and a very exciting first half with a lot of trick plays. That's what's really made it exciting.
The emotional pitch began to rise through the second quarter. It started off just a tiny bit flat.
Well, we saw some mistakes. You're right, and mistakes, I think, on both quarterbacks' parts. We saw the fumble by Bauer and the interception by Bruner. But coming into halftime, I'm sure both offenses at halftime in the locker room are going to be very confident that they can move the football. Lehigh has still not figured out Tom Costello. They, somewhere in this ball game, are going to have to make adjustments to stop Costello if they're going to win this game. Lehigh, on the other half, has been basically stopping itself with the penalties and the turnovers. So I think both offenses feel that they can move the football. Both feel that they're going to score a lot more points here in the second half.
We'll take a look now at the last touchdown by the Leopards of Lafayette.
This was a toss sweep to Costello to the weak side. And, of course, Rizzo, the big fullback's out in front, throws a nice block. But Costello, with the individual athletic ability, really getting himself in the end zone that time.
Well, that touchdown is the difference right now. Hodson missed the extra point. But it's a superb ball game. Lafayette led it 20-7. Lehigh on a fumble rooski closed to 20-14. We're at the half.
One man saw the future in the glow of a single incandescent bulb.
Same wire that brings the light will also bring power and heat.
Today, electric living is a heat pump that provides year-round comfort by heating in winter and cooling in summer. Electric storage heating systems that store heat at night for use during the day. Or store homes that provide the maximum efficiency in total electric living.
Electricity, still the power to change the future.
For information, dial PP&L.
Long ago, Alexander Graham Bell developed a wondrous invention, and this was good. But there's not always someone there, and this was bad. Now you can keep in touch with Lehigh Valley Page. Any time of the day or night, our state-of-the-art networking system keeps the lines of communication open. Lehigh Valley Page. This is good. Call Lehigh Valley Page today for a free demonstration.
And you get the view from the mountaintop campus, which has been expanding very rapidly, a center for some major research here at Lehigh University. Just a beautiful scene. You can get a look at the Goodman Stadium and the Lehigh Marching 97, which I think in the past couple of years has dropped down to maybe the Marching 63 or so, but still out there doing their thing. You see a cloud hovering in the background. All in all, the weather has cooperated quite nicely, about 40 degrees. Really an ideal day for football, and fans and you at home have just a great game to watch. Lafayette leading Lehigh 20-14 at the half. Rich Lerner along with Kim McQuilkin. And earlier this week, I had a chance to sit down and talk with Lehigh president, Dr. Peter Likens.
What's new here at Lehigh? Oh, gosh. Trouble with that question is
it's chilly out today, and darkness beginning to hover here. Cloud cover setting in. Windy, cool, but it has not, by any means, cooled off the enthusiasm here at Goodman Stadium. There's a good look. The first snow here in Pennsylvania. Well, this is a football game that not only is about tradition, but it is about student athletes. Something that we don't see a whole lot of these days in college football. Steve Karmazin takes a look at one of the student athletes in this football game.
For athletes at both Lehigh and Lafayette who receive scholarships based on need, the term student athlete could not be more apropos. You guys truly are student athletes. How much time do you spend with your studies as compared to practicing and playing football?
I'd say
off the top of my head, probably 3 to 1. You probably spend about 3 times as much time with your grades and your books as you do with football.
It's been said some Division I football and basketball players major in eligibility. Not Matt Sala, whose major is engineering. Check out some of his classes from last semester. There's Design 2, dealing with the production and cost of materials, Dynamics, the strength of materials, and Pascal, a complex computer language class.
These are all classes, in other words, where you can, like, read the Cliff Notes the night before the final and pass?
Definitely not. I mean, it's a full semester type of deal. If you don't pay your dues early and during the semester, there's no way you can make it up all at the end.
It's the same story in football. The senior from suburban Albany, New York, is a hard worker and has been starting since his freshman year.
Also, my freshman year, I went down. It was about the 5th game of the season with an ankle problem. I never really came back from that, so I don't really have a consecutive string of starting games. But once my sophomore year rolled around, I've started every one since then.
Thank you very much, Steve. Kind of an eerie scene here at the Goodman Stadium. Snow is coming down. It doesn't appear that it's going to last too long, but it's added an element to this game. Lafayette leading 20 to 14.
Camping's always more fun when you have a south wind from Roll-Along Travelers.
In the 1990 Southwind, you'll find the kind of features you've been asking for with the convenience and reliability you expect. From the outside, you see the exciting aerodynamic styling. Inside, you'll experience the designer touch that made Fleetwood famous.
Southwind and Roll-Along Travelers. We're customer-driven.
Best deal's always in Whitehall when you buy from Roll-Along Travelers, MacArthur Road.
The answer is clear. The Bravo Tone and Display Pager. This pager allows callers to leave up to a 12-digit message that you can then read in a digital display. Keep the lines of communication open. Call Lehigh Valley Page today for a free demonstration.
Lafayette leading Lehigh 20 to 14. Quick look at some first half highlights. Filled with some exciting plays. The snow is coming down. What a scene. Love it when the snow falls.
This is Green Bay Packer weather.
Let's go out and play some fumbleitis, partner. Take a look.
Well, of course, that's Tom Costello with the great cutback. He's just got such natural instincts, and he makes it look easy. And that was a big play for Lafayette.
And that's back when it was sunny out. The second half is going to take on a whole new look. Here's Richie Curtis. Nice play.
This, of course, was the 3rd and 1. They were just really looking for the first down on this play. Costello himself for Lehigh shows some great footwork, and as I mentioned, the deceiving speed really got him outside and got him into the end zone.
That tied things up at 7. And now the reverse. Kim, great play calling.
You know, you probably don't see Frank Bauer running the option too often, and this time when he pitched it to his wide receiver coming around. That was Baird, and he throws to Grau downfield. Of course, they fooled the entire Lehigh secondary, and it was just a walk into the end zone. The key to that play was the call, the play calling.
And this one sets up another Lafayette TD.
Well, but look at the time, and you know, even after Frank Bauer let that ball go, I don't think there was a Lehigh defender within 5 yards of him. He had great time to throw the ball, and of course he makes the 60-yard pass downfield, and that was a big play for Lafayette. Here's Rob Verano, and I think this is the play that set the new record for Rob Verano, the individual reception record for Lehigh. It was the quick post across the middle. We've talked about there. We see Rob Verano. We see a little snow falling down around Rob, and he's got the short sleeves on. I guess he could play in Green Bay.
I don't know. The crowd was quiet in the first half, but the snow has just jacked everybody up in this stadium, and the players included. It's really taking on a football look.
Well, and the clouds are rolling in. Look at the cloud up on the mountain, Rich, and we see the players.
Dave Danowski with the terrible towel.
They don't need to incite this crowd. They could already be cited.
What a setting for football. See the cloud Hovering over South Mountain, now making its way toward Goodman Stadium. We're nestled in this little bowl here. But boy, is it electric. Set to kick off in the second half. Rich Lerner along with Kim McQuilkin. Lafayette and Lehigh. Taken by Roman. Looking for some room, doesn't have any. Roman on a shortish kick will actually give Lafayette decent field position at the 33-yard line.
And expect Lafayette to go back to their bread and butter. Tom Costello deep out of the I formation. I mentioned at the beginning of the halftime show that Lehigh has yet to stop Costello. I don't think they've figured him out yet, and you can bet Lafayette's going back to him.
Frank Bauer with Grau in motion. Bauer rolling. Short pass, complete.
And that is Costello.
Tommy Costello.
Out of the backfield. A good first down play. Good possession type play. The roll to Bauer's left. Costello out of the backfield. They pick up a nice gain on first down, setting up about a 2nd and 6. And look at those stats.
Lehigh getting the better of it in first downs. Lafayette the advantage in passing yardage. Fairly even overall. Costello is met by Lee Piccirillo. They have to calm him down. He's a little excited right now. Well, he should be. It's the biggest game of the season. Time of possession. Lehigh controlled things, but Lafayette had the big play in the first half.
Well, that's exactly right, Rich. We said that I think a good defense sometimes is a good offense to keep Lafayette's offense off the field, and Lehigh did that in times of possession, but then they turned around and gave up the big plays. Here's a big play early in the second half.
3rd down 7 at the 36. Bauer right in his face. Looks, completes to Grau out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. He will be very close to the first down.
Well, a lot of football theorists subscribe to the theory that the first opening drive in the second half is always the key drive of the ball game. I don't know if I totally believe in that, but it's certainly very important, and that's why this is a very important first down for Lafayette early in the second half, and looks like they've got the first down. Bauer that time very cool on 3rd and 6.
Your impression of Frank Bauer to this point, Kim, and I'm talking about in terms of his potential to play at the next level.
Well, I have seen Frank Bauer now in 2 big football games. That's last year's Lehigh game and this year's Lehigh game, and he has impressed me. His poise has been outstanding in both of those games, and that's a key. A lot of players have the talent, but you've also got to have the intangibles.
Hand off Costello. Hydro chasing him. Costello, good job. Cross midfield to the 50, across the 50 to the 48-yard line.
You know, I don't think you'll ever see a defensive player get a real strong lick on Costello because he's got that athletic ability that just always avoids the big hit at the last instant.
2nd down and 2 at the Lehigh 49. Hand off to Rizzo. First down, Lafayette. Costello, by the way, on that last carry went over 100 yards. 20 career games at Lafayette, and Costello has been over 100 yards 14 of those 20 games.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He's on his way very soon to becoming Lafayette's all-time leading rusher, and Lafayette has had a bevy of great backs. I can think as far back to Tony Giglio back when I was in school, who was just a tremendous tailback at that position, and Costello's already among the leaders and soon to take over the lead.
First down 10 at the 43. Bauer over the middle. Incomplete.
Oh, that's got to be interference.
John Massonis
Bill Russo
was there, and Russo
you're going to hear about
livid
on this play. I think there's no question that the Lehigh defender got there early.
Kim, what was I saying?
Here we're going to see it on the replay, Rich. Up in the pocket. Boom, there's the contact. The ball's not there yet. That should be a Lafayette first down.
John Massonis got away with 1. 2nd and 10. Grau comes in motion, backs in the eye. Handoff. Costello. And he is met by several Lehigh defenders, Andy Cosco and Lee Piccirillo.
Yeah, but you know, the guy, Sean Charito, excuse me, number 60 for Lehigh, had the initial contact in the backfield, and Costello displays the strength. Even though he's 5'10", 5'11", he's strong upper body, and that enabled him to get downfield.
That stat is amazing because, remember, Tom Costello is just a sophomore. 3rd down and 7. And early on, a big 3rd down play for the Lehigh defense. Bauer to keep. Bauer has the 1st down to the 24-yard line. Good job of following his block.
Oh, and this is a surprise element for Lafayette's offense. Lehigh does a good job of coverage downfield this time. Here you see the roll, Rizzo and Costello out in front of Bauer. He's got lots of time. The good coverage forces him to tuck the ball under. Not really tucking it under, but getting downfield and doing a job for his team, getting the 1st down.
15-yard pickup for the big quarterback. 1st down 10 at the 25. Costello pitch back right side. And he's down to the 13-yard line. And Lafayette opening the 2nd half with an impressive drive. Costello went to Neshaminy High School, a football powerhouse down in the Bucks County area of Pennsylvania.
I can attest to the strength of Neshaminy's program. When I was in high school, at Allen High School, we always played Neshaminy, and they were always tough.
Another 1st down for the Leopards. Costello runs into his old man and is bounced out of bounds by Andy Cosco and Rick Repat. Crowd is as loud as I have ever heard it here at Lehigh.
He ran into his own man, and Cosco was in on that play, but the guy that made that play for Lehigh was the outside linebacker, Gary Carnish, number 40. Really sealed it up, came up, shut down the run, and now Lafayette's got a 2nd and 10 inside the 20. There you see Carnish, number 40, along with Tommy Hydro, the 2 senior leaders on that defense.
2nd down 9. Lafayette with a football at the Lehigh 12. Frank Bauer throws. Intercepted. Lee Piccirillo picks it off. What a break for Lehigh. They are jacked up. Another look, Kim.
All right, here we see it, straight back in the pocket, and I'll tell you, inside the 15-yard line, it's very difficult to throw the football across the middle. Very dangerous throw in that territory. Piccirillo, number 51, he's the middle linebacker in that 43 defense, was there, and a big turnover for Lehigh.
Kim, this has the look of being one of the more special and memorable Lehigh Lafayette games. The weather, the intensity, the closeness of this game. Something about a football game in this kind of weather, it just makes it extra special. Bruner, he wants to do a little running, and he sticks his head down and bulls his way to the 15-yard line. Pickup of 5 yards for Todd Bruner. There's Piccirillo. He has been the rock, the heart of this Lehigh defense this year.
Well,
much maligned defense, but he's had a great season.
He has emerged. Of course, Craig Domilewski was the starting middle linebacker at the beginning of the season, suffered the torn medial collateral ligament damage, and Piccirillo has filled in nicely.
Tremendous ball game, and you're seeing it here on Channel 69. Eric Terrain to the 20-yard line. 1st down for the brown and white. Trying to run their way out of a hole, but it's a hole which they are most happy to be in, because Lafayette was driving, and then Bauer was picked off. As you look at the unique headgear of Tom Costello, Bauer was picked off by Lee Piccirillo, and Todd Bruner leads his troops out. The 20-yard line, 1st down 10, 9:16 to play, 3rd period. Eric Terrain can't find the footing and slips up at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Oh, good job that time by Mark Reardon, number 6 for Lafayette. He came up from his defensive back position, actually forced that play inside, and that's when Terrain lost his footing.
Today's game, Kim, being carried nationally on the Family Net independent cable network originated by WFMZ TV, and it's being watched by Lehigh and Lafayette alumni across the nation. I'll give you some of those sites in a moment. Terrain in motion. Fake to Costello, plenty of time, and it's batted down by Dwayne Norris. He wanted a pickoff and maybe a touchdown.
Well, if you recall on the last quick post that Lehigh threw, Dwayne Norris was reading it on the play where Verano set the record. And this time I think he's reading his keys. When he sees that dive back, fill the middle, he's looking for quick post immediately. And I don't know that Lehigh should go back to this play very soon.
Threw it into heavy coverage, and now on 3rd and 10, Todd Bruner will operate out of the shotgun from his own 10. Throwing, and it is nearly intercepted. Very close to a pickoff for Lafayette. Dave DiCaprio almost had it. So Lehigh stalls after picking up a couple of first downs, and they will have to punt it away. And Lafayette will have good field position. Rob Verano into punt. Standing back at his own 5-yard line. You can see things have brightened up a bit on the field. The sun, amidst the snow squall, is poking forward, and a terrible punt by Verano, and it hits the Lehigh player. And Lafayette will have it in excellent field position at the Lehigh 42-yard line.
Well, you're right. Rob's not feeling real good about that. That's only a 22-yard punt. And, of course, the Lehigh offense really didn't move the ball anyway, and Lafayette was going to get the ball back in good field position, and this just enhanced their position now. 1st and 10 at the Lehigh 41.
Frank Bauer, the quarterback, Rizzo and Costello the backs. This is Tom Costello up the gut. Tough to bring down. Finally strangled. Lassoed by the neck and brought down. He's not happy. 8 minutes to play, 3rd period. Gain of 6 on the play for Costello, who once again is over 100 yards for the afternoon. 216 last year against Lehigh, and he was the MVP. Second down 4. And now Baird is trying to get things settled as he goes to the near side along with Carter. And Bauer throws amidst confusion to Rizzo. In all likelihood, it will be called back.
Well, this is going to be costly because the completion gave Lafayette a first down. However, there was a great deal of confusion, and this is the second time in the ball game this has happened to Lafayette. Both receivers were lined up in the backfield that time. It's an illegal formation, and that first down is going to be nullified.
The sky's brightening up a bit.
We've had everything today in terms of weather.
We started off playing golf. By the end of the game, we're going to be bobsledding at him here. Who knows?
It kind of reflects the weather.
Yeah, it's the way to go in a game like this. Second down and 9. First quarter score, Penn State is leading Notre Dame 7-0 at Happy Valley. They have owned the Irish there.
We hate to keep mentioning key third downs, but this is another one. You know, one of the reasons why Lehigh's offense has been such a success, they have turned over 50% of their third down conversions into first downs.
And it's 3rd down and 8 at the 38-yard line for Frank Bauer out of the shotgun. He's got time. Fires complete. First down for Lafayette. Bauer had all day to get rid of that one, and he found John Carter on the left side.
That's a good point that he had all day, Rich, because this is one of the first times that Lehigh has come up, played tight man-to-man, and sent the 2 outside linebackers. They blitzed Bauer on this play. Lafayette's offense did a great job of picking up the blitz and allowed the execution. Looks like Lehigh wants to come up and blitz again.
Now at the 27. Lafayette counters with a run to Costello the other way. Costello tumbles out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
You know, you can almost read Kevin Higgins' mind here, the defensive coordinator of Lehigh. Twice now the offense has left the defense in bad field position. The first time they held him, but this time I think he feels he needs to gimmick a little bit, needs to pressure the offense. So he's coming that time, 2 times in a row now. He's blitzed his outside linebackers. And looks like he's up in a blitz look again.
Ball at the 25, second down 8. Baird in motion. Costello down inside the 20. He is a workhorse. Picks the hole beautifully on this play, and he needs about 6 yards to become the single-season rushing leader at Lafayette.
Well, he's got great instincts. He does pick the hole well, as you mentioned. That time just kind of bumped it out to the left. Lehigh blitzed, and when you're blitzing on defense, you can get burned on the pass, but you can also get burned on the run, and that's the guy that might do it to you right there. Number 4, Tom Costello.
Right now, the sun's shining on Costello and Lafayette, driving at the 20-yard line. 3rd down and 3. Bauer being chased. He looks to the end zone, incomplete. No flag. No flag. Broken up by Brian Fry. He looked to see if there was a flag, and it was very close. It'll bring up a 4th down and 3.
And good coverage by Brian Fry. He was out there all by himself, man-to-man coverage. Here you're going to see it, the wide receiver Bear. Look at Bauer stringing out. He's trying to make something happen. Costello throws a block for him.
Good no call.
Defense.
Good no
defense.
call.
It looks like Lafayette's going to attempt a field goal here.
And it's Jim Hodson on for the field goal attempt. The sidewinder. It's down. It is up, and it is good by plenty. So Jim Hodson has given Lafayette a 23-14 lead. Hodson, one of the star kickers in the Colonial League. That was a 36-yard field goal for Jim Hodson. And Lafayette now leading at 23-14.
Well, I think Lehigh's defense has to feel pretty good about that situation. And
where are we?
We're getting a little, little wave here from our end zone camera, but that time the defense was put into 2 tough situations. They came out of it giving up 3 points. I think Bill Russo, on the other hand, is wishing he'd gotten more than 3 points out of that situation. We still got a close ball game here, 23-14, midway through the 3rd quarter.
So Lehigh will try to counter with 5:29 to play here at the Goodman Stadium. Still very tight. And Jimmy Hodson completes a 6-play, 21-yard drive with a 36-yard field goal. And the drive covered 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Bill Russo exhorting his troops right now. He's had good success against Lehigh. And the home team, by the way, has won the last 7 meetings in this affair. Lafayette threatening to break that string with a 9-point lead in a game that has featured a little bit of everything. Reverses, long bombs, fumble-rooskies.
Fumble-rooskies, don't forget the fumble-rooski.
And now Hodson will kick it away.
Probably the most surprising thing we've seen in the football game at this point, with 5:29 left in the 3rd quarter. The score, 23-14. I think a lot of people, including myself, thought we'd see more points on the board at this particular time in the football game.
So point out, that field goal gives Lafayette a 9-point lead, but the missed extra point still looms rather large. Eric Terrain busting up the middle, giving Lehigh good field position. He takes it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Good hole right here.
Well, Eric Terrain, of course, is one of the all-purpose yardage leaders in the nation. He shows you why on this particular play. Just good hard running up the middle of the wedge, and he leaves his team out on the 37-yard line in good field position. There we see Eric's numbers.
First down 10 at the 37. Terrain comes in motion. Verano split to the near side. Fake to Costello. Bruner is looking and throwing down the field. Wide open is Terrain, but he missed him. Overthrew him. reliving that one over and over again for weeks to come. That was an easy 6, but instead it's like a long foul ball for a home run in baseball. It's just 2nd and 10.
Well, here you're going to see it. It's a throwback. He rolls to his right. He's got Terrain out of the backfield down the seam. Lafayette was in a zone. They should have been back there. Terrain found the seam of the zone, and Todd just overthrew it. Not a bad throw, though.
Pretty good effort by the E-Train. Some movement along the line. Flags raining down like the snow a couple of minutes ago. Brian Hensel moved. Again, this game being seen throughout the country at various sites, and we welcome the alumni in 19 states in the District of Columbia. They are watching it in Kim's hometown of Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, as a matter of fact, a lot of my friends down in Atlanta are watching the game at the Sports Rock Cafe.
And I've got a special hello. This game being seen all the way out in Honolulu, Hawaii at Murphy's Bar. Brother Ted Lerner is watching this ball game at about 8 in the morning. Costello with room on the left side. Somehow I think he's in a little bit better situation out there weather-wise in Honolulu. This game being seen in the District of Columbia, Wisconsin, Michigan, Massachusetts, Maryland, Chicago, in 5 sites in Florida, California, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Texas, Virginia, North Carolina, Missouri, and we welcome all of the distinguished or non-distinguished Lehigh and Lafayette alumni. Hope you're enjoying the cast. 3rd down 5, Terrain in motion. Bruner looking again downfield, overthrowing Eric Terrain. Bruner took a pretty good shot on that play, and it'll bring up 4th down and 5, and a couple of overthrows, and Lehigh is stalled.
Well, the first overthrow wasn't as costly as this overthrow. Kind of a surprising call on 3rd and 6, really a possession down. Hitting that back down the sidelines out of the backfield is always a tough completion, and Lehigh didn't give themselves much margin for error on that play.
And the punt by Verano takes a little bit of a Lehigh bounce down to the 26-yard line. And now Lehigh will have to count on its defense to hold, because they are teetering on the border of losing control in this game. Not that they have control, but they could find themselves in a hole from which they may not be able to dig.
Well, I think it's still anybody's game. We still got 4:52 left in the 3rd quarter. And so far in the 3rd quarter, after the Lafayette field goal, really no one's seized the opportunity. Momentum seems to be stagnant.
After a 32-yard punt, Bauer goes to work. Busted play, he'll keep himself. Nobody was open downfield, and it's a giveaway for Bauer. It'll bring up 2nd down. A look at the Lafayette bench. And Bauer certainly has the size. He's 6'5" and 221 pounds.
And that is a great asset for NFL quarterbacks with the size of today's linemen. I think that's the kind of quarterback they're looking for.
He will play in the Hula Bowl. Just 2 quarterbacks selected for the East squad.
Here
Bauer
comes the blitz.
And Tony Rice. Bauer throwing. And he completes to Costello, who gets away from one man. He got away from Craig Domalewski.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Domalewski brings him down, and if he doesn't go down, this is a touchdown. Lehigh comes with the blitz. You're going to see there's Hydro. They've got a bunch of people in there around the quarterback. If Domalewski does not make this tackle right here, it's off and running. That's a touchdown.
3rd down 2 for Lafayette. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the 3rd period. Leopards leading 23-14. Costello has been the workhorse. Gets it again. And has a 1st down for Lafayette. That's almost a given 1st down on 3rd and 2 on a toss sweep to Costello. Almost an automatic. And there you see it. He can break the record held by Bruce McIntyre. 1st down 10. Costello takes it. A couple of yards.
Well, Lehigh's getting much more aggressive on the defensive side of the football field in their play calling. They are blitzing much more here in the third quarter. That time, John Masanis, the safety, came up and blitzed on the running down, actually had contact with Costello in the backfield and held Lafayette to just a 1-yard gain. Lehigh gambling much more on defense now, Rich. Could pay off or could be exploited by Bauer.
2nd down and 8 at the 41-yard line. 2:40 to play, third period. Bauer play fake. Throwing and completing it. Hauling it in is Dave Baird. Well, Costello has broken Ryan Priest's single-season rushing record at Lafayette. 1,288 yards on 235 carries. Today, Costello has already toted the football 24 times for 136 yards. And we have a 3rd down and 3 at the Lafayette 46. 2.5 to go, third period. Bauer will throw on 3rd down. Short drop and a short dump. 1st down, Lafayette. Matt Winters, the tight end, with the catch. 1st down 10 into Lehigh territory. And Lehigh in a critical situation right here. Can ill afford to give up 7.
2:21 in the third quarter. Bauer doing a nice job of taking what the defense is giving him.
And it is Rizzo and Costello in the eye behind Bauer. Costello again. Costello breaking free. Big run for Tom Costello down to the 29-yard line, and another Lafayette 1st down.
Now, it just seems that the Lafayette offensive line is so much more effective on the straight ahead dive type plays. There you see Rizzo, the fullback, in the hole, really doing a nice job on Domilewski that time. Puts Costello into the secondary, and on the straight ahead plays, they seem to have much more success than they do on the delay type plays.
Costello adding to his already sizable numbers at the 30-yard line now. They give us to Rizzo. Wrestled down by Domilewski.
Well, that was
the
big senior that time, Andy Costco, number 99. He's playing in his last Lehigh Lafayette game, and you can tell he's playing his heart out. There we see Domilewski. I wonder if Piccarello has come up with some sort of an injury, because he's been playing a good ball game.
Well, Domilewski battled back from an early season injury, a knee injury which kept him out of 3 games. 2nd down 8 at the 28. Bauer throws to the sideline, complete. And Grau gets out of bounds. Down to the 14-yard line. Another 1st down for the Leopards. A methodical, very efficient drive.
Here's the roll to Bauer's right. He's got good protection. You saw both Rizzo and Costello in front of him that time. Grau's worked himself free. Nice possession type reception. They're moving those chains. 6'3", 185. That's a big wideout.
1st down 10 at the 14. Costello hurtling over one man. Gets down near the 10-yard line. 50 seconds to play. Clock running. 3rd period. Lafayette leading Lehigh 23 to 14.
Rich, you recall when Lafayette was down in this territory before, of course, Bauer threw the interception over the middle. I think they're probably going to rely more on Costello down in this territory on this possession.
Chewing up the clock right here, thanks to that man, Tom Costello. Costello again tripped up on a nice defensive play.
Well, Rick Repack, the defensive end, number 64, broke through. And if you can put a helmet or a hand on Costello in the backfield, that seems to be the only way to slow him up. If he's got the full run into the line of scrimmage, he's got the athletic ability and the vision to burst through that line.
Well, the 3rd quarter has come to an end. Crowd roaring its approval, because this has been a very entertaining football game. When we come back at the start of the 4th period, Lafayette will be looking to put maybe the first of several nails in the coffin. They have a 3rd down and 4 at the 9 and a 23.